Hey guys, this is Chadley here. Um, Had a very intense bad dream I woke from about a half an hour ago. It's currently about 2:55 in the morning, um, October the 23rd of 2016. Um, I'll try to briefly describe the dream, and I'm hoping that these images work. But long story short, I dreamed that a Jericho uh, type of thing actually played out, with a little bit of a surprise ending. You're probably wondering why I've got all these pictures up. Well, the dream was kind of odd, being that a lot of people I know was not in the dream, and it took place at my parents' farmhouse. And I dreamed that maybe I was visiting for some reason or something, and I was not able to make it back home. But um, the way that the dream started out, or at least as part of the actual, like, a atomic bombs hitting nearby, um, was very vivid in the clouds. And the first sign that we knew something was wrong was a low, far away rumble, almost like a thunder. Um, my parents live about 35 or 40 miles away from one of the most notorious bases around, known as Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. And the images of that cloud that soon came after looked kind of like some of these images that you see right here. I was not able to find an image to exactly replicate, but it looked between something like this cloud here and this cloud here, and it spanned the horizon above a farmer type of landscape, meaning that it was over top the treetops. So there was no room, no time to do much of anything, because the cloud looked like a fast rolling incoming storm, and it spanned across the whole entire sky. And it was probably one of the most scariest dreams I've ever had. And that part wasn't as scary as the rest of it, because the dream was basically a week rolled up into um, it was like a week rolled up into one 5-minute dream. And so we went into my parents' farmhouse. We hunkered down and waited for everything to go. We had somebody that, for some reason, did not want to come in. They had an enclosed porch in the back, but for some reason in my dream it was in the front of the house, I think, which didn't match. But we had somebody that did not want to come inside. They insisted on trying to watch this cloud roll, and we told them we think that it's nuclear. You can't stay outside, and they were convinced that, well, if it was, the television would have told us. And for some weird reason, and I don't know why, but their television was still working. The electricity never went out. So it seemed like we hunkered into this house for at least one day, hunkered down. And then it seemed like the dream raced so fast to, like, the end of the week, where within an end of the week, there was people from the city literally coming out in droves and trying to murder anybody in the country for the resources that they might have stockpiled up. Because not everybody, but some people within city limits basically don't, have more than a week's supply of food, meaning that their supplies were out, and they were basically coming to murder us for food and gasoline. And that's pretty much exactly what I witnessed, because in my dream, I don't remember if I lived or died, but basically I dreamed that we were basically like fish in a barrel of the same type of situation. At the end, the beginning of the week was at the end of the week, we were like fish in a barrel, hunkered down in this house, locked in the house, trying to lock the people out as they were trying to storm the house for gasoline that they wanted, and food and water. So it was too vivid, and the lightning, or the lightning, actually I didn't see a lot of light. It was like to see these little orange spots the clouds just had all the orange spots in my dream, and it was just so intense because it was too real. And the low rumble, I could never recreate it in any type of sound, but it was almost like hearing a combination of a volcano erupting a tornado, and you could hear it from a distance. You could hear it, but you couldn't see it, which that was the weird thing. And I remember just running around trying to figure out what was going on, and you could feel it. You could kind of feel it too, which I think nobody's probably since the Japan bombings. Nobody's really lived through that kind of hell on Earth, and nobody would know what would it be like with all the stuff that we have in our air now, because we have different kind of air than we had back then. Let's just face it. Between all the pollution and the different types of weather modification going on, it would probably look a lot different now than it would back then. But my dream had the cloud looking something about as intense as this rolling in, and it was really looking at something from hell coming in. So, anyways, I just feel like I should get this on record for some reason. And for some reason, and I don't know why, I dreamt that this was supposed to happen or might take place starting next week on Thursday, because my car is still broken down, and the dream was sort of like trying to tell me you need to get your car going or something like that, because it's not even running. It's not together. But when I woke up is the weirdest part of this dream, because I woke up in a sweat, and with those type of vivid images fresh in your mind. When I first started blinking, this is really weird, and I know that you might think that you've seen something, but you don't. But I almost thought I seen like a miniature UFO fading out and it had like 6 or 7 little red points of light on it, maybe 8. And they were not organized. They were just like little red points of light just fading, and you could see the circular object like kind of almost like disappearing in my. And I just woke up and I wasn't sure if I seen that or not, but it was just pretty weird, because the dream, that was like not the whole entire dream. The center part, there was some odd parts where there was like the Majestic 12 was involved in it or something, was trying to rapidly fly a UFO away or something too. But that was kind of pretty much unrelated. Like I said, the dream went from very intense, like it went through a week within like 5 or 10 minutes, and it was just very intense. So looking at different people's lives and everything, and then also in my dream there was people like that was trying to go and help, family members and relatives that they knew were swimming in help, and they were never seen or heard from again, because you would never know if they made it to their destination or not. So there was no communication at that point in time. Anyways, child, they do right out, and hopefully we never live through that.